over the country, the activists, the civil rights, the struggling parents, the families, the teachers, the students that are realizing that a system built to divide, impoverish, and destroy us cannot stand if we do it. All right? It's kind of basic mathematics.
If you hear me, could you feel me, could you free me? Wonder if I made a difference or made a difference. Bump that, we are the difference. We ain't got no code to decipher. Brother, I would never call you trife. You my brother, though they knife and fork our meals, then cop the silly feels. Yep, it's slimy, kinda grimy, miscalculated the timing. But you can plagiarize something in disguise and think we have no eyes to see something real as we. This is seriously who we be. See, this here is true indeed, the real deal, thoroughbred, like collard greens and cornbread. Can't recite what's never said, purpose keeps us fed. Real man, this is grand A, hope fed. But still, you are my brother, above you there's no other. Blood or something other, more like what the blood covers. Man, no matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making, helping brothers to break through. Without breaking, without breaking, without breaking, without breaking. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's up, good people?
It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
Brother Empowerment Day.
So if this is your first time watching, Brother Empowerment is not one of those bashing shows, but it is an opportunity for us to have a healthy conversation. We hope that something that is said will help our brothers and their families to break through without breaking. So before we get into our special guest, bro, how was your week?
Man,
and you got hang time.
Oh, man.
You got bang yang.
It's been a long time coming. I never thought I would get here.
I'm shaking.
No. One time for the people. No,
like how you did in the video, the interview, news interview.
I didn't do that on purpose. I just was.
It was shaking. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell me about your week. This
week has been just hella frustrating, man. Because one, as you know, I've been budgeting myself and cooking more at home, eating out less, and it is frustrating because some days, man, I just want to go and have some sushi, or I want to go and get some hibachi, and I can't.
Nothing like saving money.
You know, hey, man.
God, that's painful to save money.
And the days go by slower when you're like, okay, I got to save this money. I can only spend this much. Days seem to go by like at a tortoise pace. So it's frustrating, but I also know that, you know, it's going to provide dividends literally and figuratively. So that's been frustrating. But also, man, I've also been thinking about just people that I have since separated from that, you know, really just kind of just did me dirty. You know, I was thinking about that, how, you know, people I separated from who did me dirty and they act like I was the problem or I did something. So thinking about that today, like, and it just kind of got me frustrated. But I also thought, well, we're not connected anymore, so it's all for the best. But it still didn't stop me from being that frustrated at the time. You know, I was still kind of just in my feelings. But other than that, bro, it's been a great week. I've been working out like I was supposed to and keeping up with that. And I'm already seeing, you know, benefits of the budgeting. So it's been all right. Other than that, it's been a cool week. So frustrating, yet productive. How about you, man?
Pretty much the same. I've been having somewhat of a stressful week. You know, for those who don't know, I had lost like 3 major people in my life. Matter of fact, William, because you remember my cousin Rebecca, the one who sung? Yeah, she passed. No. And then my favorite aunt passed. And then my bio father passed. And so it just allowed me to I wasn't discouraged, but I did experience a lot of just disinterest. I wasn't interested in a lot of things. And so I did have to lay off some work as far as doing some of the consultations I was doing, some of the graphic work, just to kind of recenter. Yeah. And some people got mad at me. It's so funny. People, and so I understand that, because I need for people to exercise that same energy that we did when we helped you when we need you.
Yep.
So if I need you, and sometimes when I need you to just be quiet and leave me alone. I don't need you to really do anything for me. Just leave me alone and let me begin that healing process the way that's best for me.
Right.
Don't ask me how I'm doing long enough so you can see if I can do some work for you.
Yeah.
I don't want your dirty money.
Yeah.
I don't want your dirty money. But so I've been dealing with that. But at the same time, I've really been, we've been fine-tuning what we do, telling people no. There have been some opportunities where people want to participate in things. We're like, nope, it's not part of our mission and our vision. We're not doing that. And so this week was a good week. We got a connection I didn't even get a chance to tell you about. But it's with a major organization, and I'm kind of excited about it. I can't wait till we officially be able to release it. But that happened today. We also made some connections with some local companies that are going to be another partnership that's going to come out. I'm not even part of the partnership, but I know the partnership is going to happen. So I'm excited about that because it's part of the Love is a Parable family.
Right.
My daughter was dramatic today.
My niece.
Yeah, my niece packed her bag. My daughter packed her bags and ran away and sat on the side of the road talking about she can't take life.
Oh, wow.
So we dealing with that. And see, this is the problem when you raise expressive children. They are very expressive and very dramatic. And we're like, girl, you can't be doing this like outside in the house. Like people come after us and people can get you. But when you got dramatic kids, it's like, what do? You're like, dog, that's just like, y'all don't know, like when Leilani was 10, she called the cops on us because she needed somebody to give her medicine and we were asleep. So she was like, y'all need to help. So call.
Oh man, I remember that story.
When I tell you this house is dramatic, this is like a dramatic house, and all you can do is like, but this is real. This is life. This is kids.
Yeah.
But man, enough about me. Let's talk about our guests because I'm so excited to have them. So, meet the Robinsons.
Hey, what's up?
So tell the people who you are.
Who you be?
Yeah, where you from? Who your people is?
You go first. Go ahead.
You don't know me? Man, listen. It's been about 15. It's about 15 years now. I still don't know. Let me stop. But I'm Will Robinson. Originally from Hartsville, South Carolina. Born and raised. Went on to Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. Is where I met these great hosts here, along with my beautiful wife sitting next to me, which I don't know, but y'all will find out who she is in a second. But we reside there in Columbia still. And I'm a pastor as well. A pastor in Aiken, South Carolina at Hayden Baptist Church there. I also do a lot of other great things. Not as the best as Jaden Dwayne, but I do a little graphics, websites, photography, even a little handiwork as well. So I got my hands. I'm willing to work on anything to make it work. So, but this I don't know who. Go ahead, whoever you are.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I am Patrice Robinson from the small town of Ola, South Carolina.
You from there too?
I am.
CSRA. I'm gonna give it a CSRA.
I am a Benedict graduate with a degree in social work, and I got my master's from the University of South Carolina in social work as well. By profession, I am a social worker at Richland. I'm sorry. I took it all the way back. I took it all the way back, right? At Sandhills Medical Foundation, pretty much where I provide services for people with chronic diseases.
Okay, that's what's up. That's very, very dope.
Yeah, I did graduate as well.
No, you didn't.
Science, family development
that degree only got long. Well, I'm actually excited because you remember I always talked about me and my first roommate, my best friend, and we were roommates. Well, for a short stint, Will was our roommate too. He was our roommate. The church that I met Lita at, we all went to that same church. We all experienced abuse together.
Oh,
we all We all question our faith. We question our life. But we got it together a little bit.
Yeah,
we still got some trauma. But we went through a lot together. Like when I say foundational stuff, like learning the ground, like we were praying.
Mm-hmm.
We were praying in a storefront church that didn't have no carpet, and we was on our knees.
Oh,
ain't had no carpet, and we was just laying prostrate on gravel. We built the altar.
Build it
up. We did everything. Like, so it's
everything.
Much of it was definitely some learning lessons, but I will say foundationally, it did teach us a lot because we went from a storefront to being on television.
Mm-hmm.
So we came in. The first time I really saw like the supernatural move of God was even there.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember it was like in upstate, and I ain't never seen that many people come. It's a videotape out. I mean, it's just like you couldn't deny it. So it was a lot of great things that happened. So foundationally, and it did some things. It was a time when none of us was talking. Like everybody left. It was like we ain't talking to nobody. Nobody. Where you went? No. Am I lying? Was like
you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
When you left, you was like, because the rule was like when you leave, they divorce it in the Most High.
Right.
So you can't talk to them more. We'll be cursed too. So we didn't know who left and who was left. So it was like deuces. You might as well delete your phone, throw your phone away like it was a burner phone. Like that.
Yo,
look at us.
We survived the system.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, it was hard going through, but we can laugh now. We here.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, we didn't say the people.
Yeah.
Can you say the people? Who the people?
Yeah. Okay.
Look at this one.
So we got my boo Rashia on. Hey boo. So she even changed her StreamYard name. There, Rashia Reed. Look at that. She-Hulk.
Did it always be that?
I didn't. I thought it was just Rashia at first, but I don't
know. It's been Rashia Reed. It's on Facebook.
My bad.
What is wrong with you?
You got me discombobulated talking about.
Hey, Tara Henry.
What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
We got Chanel on. What's up, Chanel? We got. I'm sure.
That's probably my wife.
I'm pretty sure that's my sister. Hey, sis. So we got Bruce, our resident fact checker analyst. What's up, Bruce, man?
Right. Bruce, we need you to look up trauma bonding in the church, and we need statistics like ASAP.
So who else we got? We got Tam. Tam is in the house. What's going on, Tam?
Yeah.
Talks with Tam. If you guys haven't tuned into that, it's a really, really dope show.
It come on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Fridays
okay.
at 6 o'clock.
Yep, at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
PM.
Yes. So who else we got? Let's go keep going down.
Oh, I gotta read these comments. They've been acting up already. Okay.
We got Reese is in the building. Hey, Reese.
Look at this.
We got Kim Winborn is in the building. What's up, Kim? Oh, now my sister wants to be herself now.
Look, there she go.
And so we have Brooke. What's going on, Brooke?
What's up, Brooke? It's been a long time.
When you want to be on, we got some time coming up in July.
Yep, and I'm proud of you too. You're doing great things. I saw what you were doing, and I definitely make sure that you continue to be great. But yeah, girl, you supposed to have been on in 2020. Didn't you just like 2020? So let's go ahead and get into some of these statistics. Researchers have found that at least 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse or assault, whether in childhood or as adult. 1 in 3 women or 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. Men fears, top 5 fears: body image, money, height, other men, and being inexperienced. Mm-hmm. Then my group coming up, the percent of men aged 20 and over with obesity, 40.5. Fat boy swag. We don't need to get to 50%, guys. Men die by suicide 3.53 times more often than women. And the peak age group for death from suicide is actually 45 to 49. But those who are 50 and older die at the same rate as those who are younger than 45. 1 in 71 men have been raped or suffered an attempt within their lifetime. And then 63 men receive 63% longer sentences on average than women do. And women are twice as likely to avoid incarceration if convicted. So what are your thoughts, the Robinsons?
Wow. That's the statistics, definitely seems accurate. I think that with so much pressure on us as men, especially Black men at times, I can see how people would commit suicide. Definitely we know, the cliche is that it's definitely wrong. Absolutely. You definitely never want to get to a point to where you have to take your own life, but the pressures of life can make you feel that way. And you got the man in the middle, and you got all these other, what's the echo map that you give, and you got the marriage, you got the job, you got the even dealing with yourself, you got children, even as a pastor, dealing with your pastor and whatever, your business, whatever else you got to do, and you're trying to juggle all of that, and it seems like it's hard to juggle at times. And so I can see how those numbers can be kind of accurate. It's disturbing, but I think we can work on it with the help of each other.
Yeah, Lenora, it just came on before you said anything. Hey, Lenora.
What's going on, Lenora?
Guys, if you don't know Lenora, she is Lenora Lassiter of Lenora Pours. Yep. She's like a heavy hitter down there in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area. She does it all. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, she like you, Pastor Robinson. She sings. She can preach. Mm-hmm. She can empower. Like she does this sister pouring to me. Like she's a really dope connect for you guys to connect with, because she's doing some things. Bruce Leroy, I can't see this.
Bruce with the facts ASAP. He said, y'all need it? Okay, here it is.
Okay, it was your turn, Patrice.
And also, just to add, I can see why the statistics are higher for men committing suicide, just dealing with the fact of, like you said, life itself, but then also dealing with the pressure of being married to a woman, and then the issues and things that we bring. Like we can see that he is doing all of he can, but we still need you to do X, Y, and Z or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we don't take that moment to step back and say, okay, I see that you're doing great. Let me take some of the pressure off you. That's one thing. Also, on the statistics of sexual abuse and physical abuse, that is something that has plagued our community for so long. And the only way that we can address it, and the only way that we can deal with it, if we talk about it. We got to be able to communicate, tell our story, so our story can save somebody else or whatever. And we have to we got to normalize that conversation. Or let people know, let children know, let adults know that it's okay to talk about what happened, because through your story, somebody else can be saved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because we've even talked on the show, because we talk a lot about mental health and talk about the importance of getting therapy. I've had a therapist since I was like 22, 23 years old. And I've been going back, because now we have therapists on staff. So I've been going back because I've been struggling with a lot. I've even contemplated suicide several times, and a lot of people don't understand it. But sometimes you think like I'm too broke to die. And then my biggest fear is just to die ugly. Like I don't want to die in an ugly way. And I'm like, these people come see my body. I'm for real. That has stopped me. I was like, I can't just die any kind of way. I got to die in a beautiful way. And suicide ain't it.
It makes sense. It makes sense, bro. It makes sense.
It does make sense. As morbid as it sounds, it does make sense.
Right. I don't want to die with no gunshot wound. That's just horrible. And then, and carpet burn under the neck. I just thought about that stuff, and I was like, I can't do it. It's amazing the stuff that'll talk you out. And then talking to your friends. I've talked to my wife before. I've called you guys. It's just some days it happens. And I think not talking about it makes it worse, because then it becomes meditative because you don't have anybody to talk to. So then you develop the strength to follow through because you're not communicating and letting people know the thoughts and the things that you have.
Yeah.
But it's hard out here in the streets. And then just like I was saying, having those pressures make you want to do it. Sometimes you're like, man, if I go ahead and, end it, my wife's straight, the kids straight, I ain't got to work no more. There's so many benefits that you start thinking about, but a lot of people don't have those conversations. And because they don't have those conversations, they end up encouraging themselves in the wrong way. So I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Whew, so now we can get on. I hope we don't get anything too. Well, we don't know. Let's see. NC House Bill 398 passed in the House stating that people can purchase pistols without permits. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Well, go ahead.
Let's see. Pistols without permit. I guess I'm gonna take it from both angles. When people want a gun, they can get it, whether they have a permit or not. So I'm starting to think, is this law even necessary? Is it even necessary to pass this bill? Because those kids or individuals that just shot up the school or whatever the place at in California area, San Jose, they may or may not even have had a permit, but they still had access to a gun. It's just easy. The accessibility to get a gun is as simple and it is easy. So I don't think it should be a law shouldn't be passed because it has never stopped anyone from getting what they want.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, like you said, it's you can have it or not. I mean, I guess it's just to say we're doing something. That's just to say that we're going to the House to pass a bill to say that we are answering the cry out for gun violence to stop, but it's not going to stop because it's $1 billion industry, and as much as this we're looking for the system to try to change it. I mean, they're just going to do things around it to keep it going because it continues to make money. I mean, I think the thing is what we're doing here now, you guys are doing and others are doing, is to kind of help the mental state of those that are using it. That's going to help stop the actual violence itself. So it's just publicity for the media to say we're doing
something. Like it's other bills that need to be passed, and this is not on top of my list.
Whole lot of other bills.
This is not it.
Yeah, no,
this ain't it. This ain't it.
I know that some folks are happy because some people are of the mindset that the pistol permits were a barrier for certain people to getting firearms, especially in an open carry state like North Carolina. But I do agree that this probably could be way, way on the back burner. I don't think it's as pressing that it should be done right now. So from what I understand, it's pretty easy to get a pistol permit. So removing that is just like, okay, it's just taking one step out. So it's
just giving open opportunity. I mean, to just do what they're doing. I mean, I know South Carolina. I know you're talking about North Carolina, but I know South Carolina has passed their law as well about open carry in the state. I mean, it's just making it seem like they're just giving people the ammo, even though we're talking about guns, but it's just giving them the ammo. I wish somebody would say something, and especially with a lot of road rage as well. People they doing stuff already insane without without the permits and without the laws being passed. So it's just giving the ammo.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Let me see. Bruce Leroy said they present it under the guise that only a good guy with a gun can stop a bad guy with a gun. Can stop a bad guy with a gun. This will be very dangerous.
I agree.
Right.
Permits are given after they do a background check of the mental, but who is checking the background checker?
That's a good question.
Exactly.
Right.
Because I know with some gun shows and stuff, you can buy a gun just without anything. You got the an ID, boom, you got a gun.
As long as you got them crispy bills.
I'm with Patrice on this. I feel like it's a distraction because people can always get guns if they wanted to. I do believe that there are bigger things that we need to be regulating. And I feel like stuff like this, when we talk about gun control, The ones who were killing the unarmed blacks already had guns, and they were legally able to do it.
Yeah.
So the thing about this is, I would like for us to get to a point where we remain focused on the bigger issues.
Yep.
Because this isn't a bigger issue. Those who want to kill will find a way to kill. We talk about accessibility. To be honest, it's harder to do the right thing anyway. So they're going to do what they want to do anyway, and they're going to find the easiest way to get it done. And I just think that this is an overall distraction, and we need to still focus on the change that we need to happen. And like Patrice said, this ain't it. This ain't it. How about this? Who's traveling mid-COVID? What are some great places to go that are safe? I think that's an oxymoron, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, there's no 0% rate of COVID anywhere in the world, as far as I know. So it's all still a gamble. I mean, I was supposed to be going to out of state this weekend to hang with some relatives in Pennsylvania, but my trip actually got canceled. But I'm going to be doing some traveling this summer, so I'll be traveling. But as far as safety, I'm just going to play it like we just started the pandemic. I'm still going to be masked up, hand sanitizer, all that. So I personally don't know any places that are safe. I don't know about that.
I almost died earlier this week when it was 98 degrees and I had that mask on.
Oh man, talk about I go to the gym and work out. I have a sports mask. I think I almost pass out every time I go to the gym.
I think we probably died. I think we probably on our ninth life right now. We sitting here, man. I'm trying to tell you, because it was so hot. I was like, why y'all want to travel like this?
Yeah,
Man.
I didn't want to walk to my car. I didn't want to do nothing. All I wanted to do was figure out the quickest way to make this air cool.
Yep.
You got to sit in your car, like, know how I got to warm up.
Yep.
They got to cool up.
Yeah.
Trying to catch your breath.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling this. I was wanting to go back to quarantine life. It was hot out here, and I missed the fall. I can't take the 98 degrees. So there aren't no safe places to travel, to be honest. And I think the ignorant assumption that there is, and even like people who don't understand the purpose of vaccines, that's to reduce the risk. It ain't 100% effective in stopping. And we out here acting like, I don't know. It's like people. It's literally the same thing of saying, well, I'm on birth control, so I don't need a condom. They ain't stopping you from syphilis, gonorrhea. I mean, come on here. The list go on and on, and people doing the same thing. I'm like, no. You're going to mess around here and get a summer cold and COVID, and that ain't good.
Oh, no.
Summer cold and COVID.
Exactly.
Right.
Mixed with a little
That
That summer cold feel like it's going to take you out.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it mid-COVID since they pushing the vaccine down everyone's throat? I would have thought it was over.
Lifting the restrictions like it's gone.
Bruce Leroy said gun permit should be like a license, but with a 2-year length, mental evaluations, background checks, etc. All that should be required to own a gun. I actually would, if that's the case, then I would step it up a notch and be like, you should go through the same process as you go through to get a license. You need to go ahead and get your little book, get your gun book, get your little permit, and then get your license. Once you get your license, you get it good.
You got some gun range hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we about to make a new deal.
Make a new
Martin. That's good, Bruce.
Call your local legislator right now.
Hey, and tell them the parable sent you.
Right.
The safest place to travel is it ain't even the backyard. It's your living room.
Where it's cool.
Where it's cool, right?
The cooling waters is in that living room.
With your immediate family.
Right. And sometimes they ain't even safe. These kids, man, they need to quarantine for 14 days. Which is why they should include police officers to have the same evaluation.
Yeah.
One thing I found out is that every police department, there is a such thing as accreditation to govern police departments, and every police department isn't accredited, nor do they have to be. So they can choose to get accreditation to like govern it, but all of them don't choose that. And I was like, that is amazing. So some of them are just out here. It's just like colleges, you know. Some got national accreditation, some got regional accreditation. It's the same way. It's some nationally accredited police departments out here that need to be regionally accredited.
Yeah. Being in the police, law enforcement is one of the last professions where you don't necessarily have to have any higher education. You go to the academy training and you pass, and it's like, okay, go. You got everything you need. It's like, wow, I gotta have training to be a traffic controller. I gotta have school to do everything. But to do that, I don't necessarily have to. I got the academy, and that's it.
You gotta have a degree to be a traffic controller.
I mean, I was
certification.
I think you have to have a certification.
I never knew that. I thought you just get in the military and they tell you this is gonna be what you do, and you learn how to
go through. You got to go through school. You got to go basic, and then you got to go through specialized training depending on what you're doing. So that's like higher education right there. So
and PE.
so you have to. I mean, basically,
the military rec majors, the recreation majors all day long. With a gun, I ain't got time for that. I'm about to die down. Bruce said, "I will say this though, being in quarantine for so long made the 90. You know what? Maybe that's what happened. My body was in shock, Bruce.
Yeah,
I wasn't used to this.
Man, I was waiting for this. I
moved to North Carolina. I didn't have that Georgia heat. It came up on my ear. I ain't got time for that.
No joke.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do this one. Juneteenth, the upcoming holiday.
Man, I think it's gonna be really, really big this year. One, because of the bigger celebration it got last year, as far as I should say attention that it got last year, but also because people have been in quarantine for so long that this year's celebration is gonna be over the top because people couldn't do anything for so long. So I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be celebrations everywhere. They might even have some parades out there.
Well, I definitely agree with you. And since I'm over here, I'm about to share this screen so y'all can see this beautifulness. So it won't be no excuse for people not knowing what the beautifulness we have going on. So I'm gonna do it this way. I'm glad y'all said that. So we're gonna share this. Oh, look at this. We're gonna share this screen. Yes, thank you. If y'all head on over to Facebook land, we actually, if you're anywhere near the Fuquay Arena area, yes, it sounds fancy. And it's partially fancy because I live here. But there is no water in sight. It's just a creek now, just a spring. But Fuquay Arena is having, we're having a manifest Juneteenth celebration in the Fuquay Arena area. This is the brainchild of Keysandra Flowers and Alex Flowers, who also are the co-founders and CEO of Brainstemology. And they have partnered with the Fuquay Chamber of Commerce, Love is a Parable, all of Love is a Parable, the Cultural Arts Society of Fuquay, and Restoration. I'm about to mess up Pastor Holland's church name.
Oh, shoot.
But it is the Restoration. I'm about to lie. No, I can't remember what the name of the church is, but it's R3 something. And I can't see it because the thing's so small. Oh, let me go this way. Yeah, I still can't see it. But yeah, it's RC3 something. I'm going to find a real name so I can say it. But we are having that. If you're anywhere in the area, going to figure out how you can get there. We having live streaming. We're going to have some of the dopest people there. Follow the page. Go to Manifest. Follow the page, Manifest at Fuquay. Get engaged. Do everything you need to do to make sure you know what's going on that day.
Yeah, it's
cool.
Awesome.
I have a part of something.
You know what I'm saying? I've never actually been to a Juneteenth celebration, so this is going to be my first one. So I'm very excited about it. Yeah.
Look at you. You a part of something great. You going down in history, my brother. Yeah. You are somebody.
Somebody.
Yep. So let's talk about it. Understanding financial literacy. But I think that'll be a good opportunity for us to get Devontae on.
Yes, and Rashia.
Get Rashia on. Get Ed Dudley on. We're missing somebody. Oh, Roderick.
Yep.
I think we should do a whole financial literacy because that come up so much.
Talk about power hour.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need like 4 notepads.
And I'm gonna be quiet because I'm horrible with finance. I know how to get the bills paid, but when y'all start stocking and bonding,
that's what
right.
Yeah, and like those Roth, the IRAs, and all that other stuff. Like that's what I need because all I know is, like you said, bro, pay bills and save money.
Right. On the bonds, I know it's bail bonds, man. You know what I mean? I be like, sir, this is not. And you know what? People who understand that. Now I'm gonna talk about y'all financial people for a second. Rashia, you ain't exempt either. They be knowing that stuff and they be saying it like it's common sense.
Right.
And then they're kind of talking down to you. Like, all you gotta do is do this and it's a 3-point cent. I'm like, hold on. I gotta carry the zero. Right. I gotta carry the decimal. Which way it goes? Left or right? Yep. Y'all need to have patience with us. And just because we smart and just because we have degrees, we got degrees in our area. It's a school of thought for a reason. Yep. Y'all have to be patient with us. I'm gonna ask for grace.
It's like the mechanic talking to you at the shop. Yeah, that just does that. You know what that is? Like, sir, no, I brought my car to you because you don't. Right.
Push rod.
Like, listen to that. It sounds the same noise to me, sir. Something ain't right and it's shaking. I can't tell you what it is.
See what that is your accelerator. That's that push rod. And
you're like, okay, that's cool, but can you fix it though?
Tell me what happened when you turn it this way.
Yeah.
Turn the steering wheel to the right. I don't know what that means. Is it a scrubbing noise or a bumping noise?
I just know it's a noise that's not supposed to be there.
Right. My car didn't hum. My car hummed before Nine's yelling at me. Yep. Something wrong. Let me see. She said, "I'm doing and buying everything blackity black. Thank
right, babe. You do that." That's right.
And she said, "You know better."
That you know him, and we just know of him.
I heard about him.
Yeah,
just like I heard about bonds. Wait a minute, I talk at 10 at an 8th grade level about finance and money. Okay, perfect example.
Elementary school, the basics: pay bills, save money. Y'all in college with it.
Nope. Okay.
Derek Jackson, his new book, Heal
the World.
I mean, 2 things spring to mind for me. One, he still has a business that he is running. He's still a businessman. And then 2, everybody has a story to tell. And who knows, some people may find, just like y'all were talking about earlier, Will and Patrice, about, people telling, or actually Patrice was talking about that, people telling their story and you don't ever know who it might save. That story they're writing in that they wrote in that book may save or help some people. We don't know.
That whole Derek Jackson situation, and his wife, so many people go through that. Period. Mm-hmm. And the only difference is they don't have the platform, the social media platform that Derek Jackson and his wife had. Right. So they're dealing with theirs in silence, in essence, or whatever, and theirs were publicly put out there. But the reality is, so many people go through it. And some, I didn't even watch the video because that's too much. That for one, when it comes to infidelity in a relationship, that is your business. That's the people that's involved in the relationship. That's their business. And that's for you all to deal with whether you're going to be together, whether you're going to receive counseling, whether you're going to divorce, whatever the story is, that's what y'all need to deal with. And, everybody had their opinion because I think a lot of people trusted, they invested in him. They invested in his whole videos of him talking about, I guess for a lot of women, they could relate to what he was saying. And so when they found out he was doing the same thing, it hit them hard. It hurt a lot of people, but it still goes back. I've heard some of his messages, and I will say this. Some of those things did make sense. Some of the things he said did make sense or whatever. But even when you are being taught by anyone, you got to look at the information, dissect it for yourself, and then you can decide whether it fits you. But just don't go hunkadory and believe everything that somebody tell you. Like just
Well, 2 things can happen at one time. And I multiple things can happen at one time, and I don't know why people feel like that. Like, if you valued what he said, that can still be of value, and he still can be a messed up person at the same time.
That is true.
That goes back to the introduction earlier.
I hate this because also people like she a fool for staying when a lot of our grandmamas and great grandmas did the same thing.
And them 40-year marriages that everybody loves so much.
Right. And you know your Uncle Junior don't look like the rest of them.
He got his side of family over.
Right. You know that.
Exactly.
Right, you know your uncle don't look like everybody else. Or you got an uncle that don't look like everybody else. And we get mad at family secrets, but we also get mad at public embarrassment. Right. But you don't realize that's what you're choosing when you want to expose truth.
Right.
But I think we do need to really learn how to exercise minding our own business. And I think that that's the hardest thing for us to do. We can work our bodies, we can go to school, we can be disciplined in so many areas, but being disciplined and minding your business, ooh, that's what we're looking at. People in that area.
And then we just got to realize, you know, if we even take it to the Bible, God used dysfunctional people to get his messages across. So, you know, there's blessing in some dysfunction.
I thought she was about to preach. I was ready. But you know what, though? That's funny because Patrice didn't like to say anything about anything. And look at her now. Like, she would never do this. Like, when we met. Oh, how many years ago was that?
Exactly. Let me tell you. It took a lot. But I know that it's growth.
Don't say no number. Don't say no number. We still in our 20s.
Exactly.
Me and Earl back there. Been knowing Earl back there for a long time. Me and Earl back there.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. We got some comments. Here's what I think. Derek, you heal first. Insert Kevin Samuels. Some of those messages were outside his mistress' crib.
That's true.
People kept secrets better back in the day. Not everyone's faucet. Use that platform to really promote the desire to heal. Yes, minding your own business. You trying to be a public figure. But I can, well, you know what though, and I can speak to all of these things. There have been people, if we're gonna put it out there, there have been people that tried to break up my marriage, and I ain't even a celebrity. We got like 400,000 followers. 4,000 followers, and you got
400,000.
No, it's coming.
Yep, speaking it.
We got like 4,000 followers on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And there are people that try to sabotage our marriage. There are people who are attracted to you because you're married. There are people that are trying to do things because of the potential of what you could be. So when we talk about platform, you would be surprised. His platform may be larger, but everybody is trying to elevate themselves, and they don't care if that platform is a soapbox, a little shed, or a cardboard box. If it appears to be higher than theirs, they are going to try to sabotage that. And then the desire to invalidate people is even high. And we have to get rid of the mindset that healing is a singularity event. Healing is a lifestyle.
Come on. Yes,
you do things to maintain your healing. You don't heal and just stop. That's the problem with people. That's why certain things come back, because you think, oh, I'm healed. No, the thing that you were doing were bringing forth healing. You're never completely healed, because as soon as you stop, the illness come back. It's just like as soon as you stop working out, the fat come back.
Right.
You be like, I'm thin. You were thin until you stopped doing the things that made you thin. Now you feel like me. So I think that sometimes we don't look, just like we excuse, and the funny thing is, we excuse our family members and they mishaps.
Right.
So why we don't excuse the behaviors of people? You think just because they're a celebrity, they're supposed to have this cloak that stopped them from being them? I'm telling you, my mama said this, and that's like one of the most powerful things she ever said. If you always expect people to be people, you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah.
Let the people be people. Half of these cheating people anyway. Exactly. We cheat on our goals. We cheat on our dreams. We cheat on our potential. Right. Call yourself out sometimes.
We're just some cheaters,
that we can do.
Right.
I'm sitting here just trying to figure out how I can get my book to be on that, to be on the top 100. But y'all won't buy it. Okay. 4,000 people.
That's real, bro. When you talk about people and their family members, certain people give so much grace, to their family members and expect the most out of everybody else. It's crazy. Like some people will have family members that do the worst and the most vile things to them, right? And they're not, it's okay. We're working through this and that, but let somebody else outside of that, even come close to, or even have a disagreement. It's not. I don't play that. I don't stand for none of that. I'm cutting them off.
And these people with these destructive parents, your parents destructive. These parents be saying some stuff, and I'll be like, you gonna let your mama talk to you like that? Mm-hmm. That's my mama. No, you don't have to be in the presence of your mama. You're a grown man. Yeah. You're a grown woman. No, I don't tolerate disrespect from nobody. I don't care who you are. Yeah. It don't matter. It don't matter because you sit there and say your words, but then you put a value on your word when you allow people, because of a connection to you, to compromise your word. No, either you're gonna choose purpose or not choose purpose. You can't be lukewarm with a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff, y'all, it's foolishness. I'm just gonna say.
Right. People pick and choose what they want to be a part of. People pick and choose what issue to make public and different little things. It's just picking and choosing whatever worked for them at the time.
Oh yeah, basically, for sure.
Let me see what these people say. Oh, she said it was muscle atrophy. That was a better one. Yes, I agree. I couldn't think that well. Thank you, sister. I thought I did, Rashida. She said it already. Use your platform to promote desire to heal.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we went that one.
Yeah, she said people keeping secrets.
Oh, yeah, I went that one.
Look at your boo. Take her face, boo. Look, we're doing it again. I got it.
You corrected me. I'm sorry.
Okay, boo. What you call her last time, Booski?
Yeah.
Okay, Booski. We got you. Yes, minding your own business. You trying to be a public business. Your business is the world business. Yeah, that's why I keep my little Facebook on public anyway. I do. Okay, I don't know what she said. Come on from. Go ahead, Coach Billy C.
Hey, Billy C, what's up?
Healing is a lifestyle. Mindset is everything. Yeah, we could, but it's easier to look at other folks and judge. Say that one more time. I'm not saying to be disrespected. Right. I'm not. Because here's the thing, guys. We got choices.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And you can't get mad at anybody who's taking advantage of an opportunity that you presented them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if you want to sit there and be a doormat, guess what? You can't get mad for people wiping their feet off on you.
That's right. The ball is
always. If you don't want to be a doormat, get up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Pick up your bed and walk.
Yeah.
That's scripture.
Yeah, for real, man. Some folks let the people that are related to them by blood do whatever. But when it comes to their friends, which are simply the family you choose, they're so strict with their friends. But it's like, but we supposed to be we family too. So let them do whatever. But when it comes to me, like it's like you what I'm saying, a principle. Like, wait a minute.
Wow.
It's true because I remember Will and I talked about that. It's like, especially when you go through something like what we went through, it's like we're gonna always be connected anyway. Be mad, guess what? We coming back. Because you spent relationships with people and you build it. And just like you got a cousin that you ain't talking to, it's still your cousin. These friends that y'all claim y'all ain't got, they still your friend. It's just a friend you mad at. Because let me tell you, let something happen.
Mm-hmm.
If something happened and you feel an emotion, because what you're not going to do is, because when you experience things with people, it births something and it creates something that it'll never change.
Yeah.
It'll never change. It's just like, as upset as I was, just like the guy who owed us money.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be mad at him for owing us money, because at the same time, it's wrong that he did love is a parable wrong and took advantage of the organization. But he brought some great people. He brought you.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't put a price tag on it. And so it made it easier to forgive him. And guess what? You didn't mistreat me you mistreated the light that you got, and now you living in darkness.
Right.
I can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about it. Look, my sister that came on talking about he needs to pay you.
That's true. Yes.
But you know what? The life he's living right now from the seeds that he sold from Discord, that's a prison that he is paying me, because we got a little bit of peace in a world of confusion. Okay, look, prescription. See, it was just a little twitch. We got time for one more. You ready?
Yep.
One more. Ooh. Which one?
I was going to say imposter syndrome.
Okay. We're going to do the imposter syndrome.
Yeah, get rid of them joints.
Well, you going to talk about it? So don't be looking at what I'm doing. Co-host.
Yeah, no, but imposter syndrome is something that I think that a lot of us have experienced, where, you know, things are happening, especially good things. You're like, man, I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here. You know, I feel like it's supposed to be happening to me. And, you know, so the textbook definition is loosely defined as doubting your abilities and feeling like a fraud. It disproportionately affects high achieving people who find it difficult to accept their accomplishments, many question whether they're deserving of accolades. And I think that's definitely happened to quite a few of us, especially when we have been doing the work on/with ourselves and really just focusing on putting good things out to the world, or reaping and sowing, if you want to get biblical with it. We've been working on reaping and sowing good seeds. So what? don't start with it. Come on, man. So anyway,
did thyself mount the pole of pit?
Nope. I just used a reference that a lot of folks can.
Did thine bring forth a word of the Most High God, the ruler of Judea?
So, excuse me.
Preach, preacher.
Yo, see this is what. But no, but for real, I really think that a lot of us, quite a few of us, go through that, and especially when we're doing the work and we're putting good stuff out there, and it finds its way back to us, and we're just like, man, because like we talk about all the time, if you believe in karma, this doesn't work for the negative, it works for the positive as well. And karma and reaping and sowing are very similar. I talked about that on Facebook not too long ago, where I said, you know, people say they don't believe in karma, then we'll reference the biblical action of reaping and sowing. It's essentially the same thing. And so I think that, you know, when we're putting good stuff out there and it comes back, we're like, is this supposed to happen? But we just need to get more acquainted with it, with having confidence in ourselves to know that we're supposed to be here and we are worth it. And also that when you put good stuff out there, it's supposed to come back to you. Why shouldn't it work that way?
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that I went through it more with being talented. I know we talk about this all the time, but when you are extremely gifted and you have different areas that you can pursue in life, you feel guilty for other people not being as talented. And then also when you're in spaces like, I remember as a child, somebody would draw something and I'm like, dude, it's horrible. And you don't even want to show your stuff because you don't want to embarrass people. And so you go through life not thinking either you're worthy of the attention or you don't want people to know how great you are. So you take lesser positions and you always are esteeming people who are not qualified for that. And I think that's really one of the bigger reasons why we do what we do with Love is a Parable, making sure everybody has their own LLC or nonprofit. We make sure everybody's pursuing their dreams. You cannot be affiliated with us if you don't have a business. You know, it's just like the list goes on because we don't want anybody to be connected to us in 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. They like, I pushed your business and I never pursued mine. No, we're going to win together and we all going to be on the mountaintop together.
Everybody eat.
Man, that's good.
Look at Mama.
Hey, Mama Garnett.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, what's going on?
Chanel said imposter syndrome is an effect caused by the fact that we don't communicate how much we appreciate each other and wait until we are dead to do so. Ooh.
I'm alive. Let me know I'm
I'm gonna give you dandelions.
What's up, Sean?
Sean said, evening, sorry, late. It's okay, bro. Let me see. Yes, it's a basic universal principle. Mama came on. Hey, Mom.
Hey.
Mom, you remember Will? Look at him. He all grown
Hey,
it
brother,
up.
how you doing?
Lucia said, no, we will not leave him alone. I sometimes think that this syndrome is in direct correlation to how you were raised. Sometimes you know you have gifts, but people talk bad about it or continuously tell you that you aren't good enough. You start to believe. What's going on, bro? Look, somebody preach my child. It's okay. Just share with your friends and family. We know you out protesting.
Coach Billy C told me to keep my focus earlier too. Yeah, I lose my concentration. Coach Billy C, Jay laughing at me throws me off.
No, you was preaching. I was about to give you the flow. I was gonna leave and go get my tithes. Depending on what and how your life has gone, good things happening to you can feel rare. Ooh, that's so true. People who don't hear congratulations, good for you, you deserve it, etc. sometimes don't even know how to handle the good things happening to them. And I can tell you, bro, another one that we've noticed is I love you. We say I love you often, and there have been men and women who have literally cried because people don't tell them that they love them without a motive. And so being in a space where people hear I love you and I'm proud of you and all of that, it's hard for people, and they don't know where to process it because their natural reaction is somebody is doing something or having a motive. And then you're like, how can you love me without wanting anything from me? You know, so that happens. Kimberly Wood McGee is on. What you was about to say, Kim? Patrice? Hey, Kim. You was about to say something, Patrice?
Nah, you can go ahead. I guess what I was going to say.
I was about to say.
I thought he was about to say something, so I wanted him to go ahead. But just even with this,
that's so cute, ain't it? Oh, go ahead, baby.
Syndrome. Do you think it also can stem from the fact that if you know someone is gifted and you constantly push them to operate in that gift, do they get kind of maybe tired themselves and just kind of want to stray away from it because they can't maybe handle the pressure or just handle the attention from it?
Yeah. I also realized that our normal isn't everybody else's normal. And so we may do something and someone will say, oh, that's extraordinary. And you're like, no, this is why I do have a problem with the Black Girl Magic thing. I do have a problem that we take words and try to make it seem like it's magical or mystical when it's an everyday thing. Black women are phenomenal, period.
Every day.
It's no magic. It's nothing that's supernatural. This is organically what they are, their ability to do things. And so I don't like saying Black girl magic because it's not something out of worldly. This is everyday life that they make amazing things happen just by existing. So I hate when we do things like that. And also we have to be honest. Like I remember when I started out, we have an older brother, Vincent. I could sing and write. I tried to draw, and I can draw pretty good. But he was like, you okay, but you need to stick to singing and writing because that drawing, you know. But Rodney, he told Rodney, like, no, you don't need to sing at all. Don't open your mouth. Just write and draw. And both of our careers resulted in that because we had somebody who was honest. My only problem is there were other gifts I got along the way. And being under insecure people, they will transfer their insecurities onto you. You know, and so that sometimes will make you feel like, okay, well, maybe I wasn't as good as I thought. And then if you stay under them, if there's somebody you respect, somebody you truly are invested in, they will have you second guessing everything that you have and have you feeling like you're not worthy of the things that belong to you. And I'm gonna say this right now: stop professing that you are not perfect, because there is no one like you. You are perfect. There is nothing like you. Every mistake that you make is even a perfect mistake because you can't duplicate it again. So just because it is similar and same is not the same thing. Stop professing negative things over your life. If you are a person of faith, stop saying that you are imperfect because it will be impossible for you to have faith because now you're saying a perfect being made an imperfect creation. So you got to start moving yourself out of that thinking. And just because something may sound like common sense, don't mean that it's right. Just because something may seem like it's rational doesn't mean that it can't be poisonous. You got to get to a place where you start speaking truth and living in truth. That's why we got a shirt out called "Truth is Petty," because the truth don't care nothing about your feelings.
Yep.
Right.
It don't care. Truth would just pop up and say, you know, that was a lie. Just because it sounded good don't mean anything.
Empty calories.
Right.
Yep.
Yes, it's a lot of the stuff that you've been doing is like empty calories. You just eating it, blowing up, getting puffed up off of it, but it's not giving any nutrients to your body. So every time you profess that you're not perfect, something is wrong with you, or your stuff is not great, you are eating empty calories and you're puffing your body up with things that are not good for you. It's time for you to get on those fruits and vegetables and have a lean meat diet of truth and love, and you perfect.
Yep.
I know that's
You perfect. You perfect. Forget what they say.
Get it.
Negative energy is contagious.
Yes.
Exactly,
Mundo.
Mundo.
It is.
There is no such thing as normal. We all crazy except giftedness. We just remain true to ourselves, but original and not an imposter.
Hey, Bruce, you dropping them gems, man. I need a bag, man.
But he basically saying what normal was by saying we not normal.
No.
I want to be in that photo shoot. By the way,
it's gonna be epic.
You better get that shirt. Look, Mama said, "Say so, say so." Okay, y'all, we done made it this time.
Yeah, that was a great note to end on too. The empty calories. I love.
I can't believe we did this. Look, we done let that hour go by. I can't stand talking to y'all people. Well, the Robinsons, it is. Positive Brother shout out. This is an opportunity for you to shout out brothers who normally don't get recognized, who are making positive contributions in your family or community or network. Who you got? Who you got, Patrice?
I want to
look. I said Patrice first because I know she's gonna say Will.
I want to shout out to Jamel Lyde, reside from Darlington, South Carolina, 119 Media Group. He's on the chain with starting positive energy, putting out positive energy with this podcast. I want to give him a shout out. Definitely, he does Real Talk 360, him and several other guys, and they're actually probably on right now. But just last week, man, they decided to stretch out beyond the mic and go downtown Darlington to kind of just talk to the shooting that just happened last week. And so just to kind of put the face out there and kind of talk, man. So trying to do something beyond the mic, but go beyond the mic and try to do something in the community. So shout out to them.
Yes, definitely.
Be sure to shoot those links in there too, like the links to your show, the links how to connect to you as well. So we can also support them. And don't be surprised if y'all get friend requests tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And we look forward to having you guys on the show as well. Thank you.
Oh, word. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Pass
my people's keeper.
Yep.
Pass the bread.
Yeah.
Who you got, Patrice?
You know what? You guys are awesome. You all are dope. I just love men. I love Black men that are doing great things. Oftentimes in the media, only thing we see that the negative is being portrayed. But I can honestly say William Robinson, Cordell, Dwayne, George Shears, Jarvis Gray, TJ Jordan. These are just individuals that I know that are doing great things. And some have media platforms like, you guys, but some are just everyday working men that's just taking care of their families and just doing what they have to do to ensure that generational curses are being broken. And not passing on anything that does not need to be passed on. So I just salute our Black men. You are awesome. And if nobody ever told you that, Patrice Robinson did.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
yeah.
She dropped the mic.
No, I definitely want to shout out my brother Jay, first and foremost, because, man, we've been rocking and rolling, but this year of having special guests every week has been something that has provided a whole bunch of benefits and just really shown how much we've grown, and we literally are growing together in a whole bunch of different ways, hair, all that stuff. So I definitely want to shout out my brother.
Can I grow mine?
So I definitely want to shout out my brother Jay, man. I love you for real, man. I also want to say that I want to shout you out too, Will. But since I have met Jay, I have met so many brothers that are in their faith that don't have that holier than thou, or I'm better than you because I am, a pastor, or I'm in the heavily in my faith. They don't have that attitude. They're very down to earth, relatable people. And that's one of the things that, had I gotten that earlier in my life, I may not have been so distant from the church and my spirituality, because that's one of the main things that turned me off from the church and all that when I was younger, dealing with people who were nice, nasty. They smile and be nice, but they were really not good people. But they go to church, so they thought that made them good people. Or they're in their faith. I thought that made them good people. So I want to shout out to you, brother, just because,
bless you, man.
For real, man. I got stumbled there, but no, I just want to shout out to you because Jay has mentioned a lot about you, and so it's good to finally meet you for real. And I know that being a pastor, I know that a lot of brothers come to you for guidance and just to really be in a safe space. And that's one thing that we value a lot is our safe spaces, because there's not enough of them for brothers. There's not enough safe space where they can come and just be secure and vulnerable and feel like they won't be judged. So I just want to shout you out. And also Ahmed for he's on right now, but Ahmed for doing the work that he's doing with protesting the violence going on between Palestine and Israel. He even shot a new video. Like, he's doing a lot of stuff, and he just really is one of those brothers who wants to stand up for what's right, and he's not taking sides. So I want to shout him out. And also Ricky for Mr. Fantastic Fermentations. He didn't make it tonight, but he's got some big things cooking up, and he's the first Black fermentation specialist that I've ever known. And he told me, he dropped a lot of good game on me about just fermentation and just alcohol in general, which I think a lot of other brothers need to see and hear, that we're in spaces like that where you don't see many people. I didn't know what a fermentation specialist was before I met him, So I just want to shout those guys out. And I also want to shout out any brother who is helping sharpen another brother. I want to shout you out because you are a positive brother, and we all need that, because the community, we're supposed to rise together. We're not supposed to rise individually and then cut the cord or close the door behind us. We're supposed to bring each other up so we can do this together. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Why you do that, Jay? Why you do that? That was good, man.
He knew it too.
I was over on that one, my bad. I was trying to catch up, but I was like, I can't. I can't help it. I can't. I'm glad Ricky's not here. He gonna watch this and be like, see, Cordell, have you doing so? You did good for like 3 weeks, and then relapse.
The sound man like, cut the mic. We're going into overtime.
I had a lot I wanted to say.
I love you, bro.
Oh, you too, man.
Don't ever change. You can't help it. You're long-winded.
Yeah, I get, man.
And now that you don't stutter no more, you get more words out. Remember, you used to stutter like you was cranking up. Now that's how gone.
You want to see Jay cry live? Watch more episodes and me stuttering? He was trying to hold it in. He was like,
like you got a burp, baby. Like, get it out. Go. Be like, breathe.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Be like when you get that whooping and you like, let the baby breathe, y'all. Let the baby breathe.
Oh,
okay. Okay. I love you, man. I don't know who else, because you done named everybody.
No, I didn't.
I like to thank all the brothers in the United States and Tokyo, Australia.
Africa.
I got to give Africa. But no, man, I really love you and I really appreciate you. I'm excited about the metamorphosis of you and the potential that you thought you had is now being actualized. And a lot of great things. I'm excited about you and Hope. I'm excited about the wonderful things that she does in y'all union.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm just totally proud about that. And I do thank you for partnering not only with Love is a Parable, but partnering with us to do this. Because I never would have done this had it, not been with you by my side. Well, I got to give you a shout out because You're one of the few people that knew me when I started out my faith walk. And all of us who left, it was prophesied that we wouldn't be successful, we wouldn't make it, our marriages wouldn't thrive, and we were going to fail. And look at us. We both gonna be 13 years this year.
That's right.
Now, some days it did feel like an episode of Good Times where we were scratching and surviving, hanging on the sideline in these relationships. But we made it. We made it, and we're making it. We're doing our own thing. Everything that we was told not to do, we are doing, and we live in life by our rules. So, Will, I'm so proud of you. You know, and you got these 2 kids that you're doing a great job with. Patrice, I'm proud of that, and I'm proud that y'all stuck it out. I'm just so happy that we can look back and say, you know, we made it through our wilderness.
Right.
And now we're in the Canaan of our dreams, the Canaan of our promise, the Canaan of our purpose, and things are happening.
Right.
So I thank it, and all the brothers, Ahmed, you know, all the brothers that in our Brother Empowerment chat that we talk every single day. I love every single last one of you, and I thank you for giving me strength on days that I ain't feel like I had it. But you know, Pastor Will, I got a question for you. You got to do it. Would you sing I Won't Complain?
You know, when you was talking about the imposter syndrome, you know, I used to I battled with that because, and I was thinking about still a little bit now, like when people call me on the spot, I didn't want to do it because there were moments when I started out that people requested and individuals or a individual thought that it was something that I just wanted to do. And it was just people that just wanted to be blessed by the song. And so because of that, because I respected them, I didn't say why I couldn't do it. I just went on. But
so you trying to say you're not going to sing?
I'm going to sing. Come on.
Oh, okay.
I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some lonely nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. But I won't complain.
Y'all don't know, it was several times he sung that song. Matter of fact, I'm wrestling. He was the first person to sing it when I wrote it. Wow. So it's been a lot of stuff, man. But Robinsons, I appreciate you guys. Y'all stay on. Everybody else, if you feel like that you don't have anybody else in this world that care about you or love you, you just met 4 people who do. Tune in next week. We got some more amazing guests. We love you guys, and y'all have a wonderful night.
No matter what they say, we good over this way. This is positivity in the making.